Hi, my name is Joey. I am the acting state director for LULAC here in the beautiful state of Maine. I moved up here to the state of Maine to try to help and educate and try to do whatever I could to empower the Latino community in this beautiful state. We started in Androscoggin County on May the 31st of 2010, and we have grown, and we're trying to go stronger, and we're trying to do more work than ever before. But right now, it's not about the state of Maine. It's about the United States of America. It's about making the right choice and the right decision. We as Americans need to take a stand and do a DREAM Act. I know we have a bill called DREAM Act, but we need to act on the dream. We can't just expect the things to happen and that's it. And to those viewing right now that aren't familiar with the DREAM Act, it's a bill that over 3 million of students graduate from high school every year, and most get the opportunity to test their dreams and live their American story. However, a group of approximately 65,000 youth do not get that opportunity. They are smeared with the inheritance titled an illegal immigrant. These youth have lived in the United States for most of their lives and want nothing more than to be recognized for what they truly are, and that is American. The DREAM Act is a bipartisan that can solve the humongous injustice in our society. Under the region provisions of the DREAM Act, qualifying undocumented youth would be eligible for a 6 year long conditional pathway to citizenship. It's not an amnesty. They have to work for it. And I do want to stop and pause there for a bit and just let you know what these senators out there are trying to do. They're trying to bring fear with this bill because it is a bill that cannot be torn down unless you make up stuff and you make it seem like it's something that it's not. This is not an amnesty bill. They use that word constantly. Amnesty this, amnesty that, amnesty this. No, 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 no. Slow down. Amnesty is when you are given something that you don't work for. This DREAM Act is something that is hard to do and it's not easy. It's only for the best and the brightest. The DREAM Act qualifies undocumented youth that would be eligible for a 6 year long term conditional pathway to citizenship that requires a completion of college degree of 2 years or military service for 2 years. This bill is the right thing to do. We must do what is right and not the blue and red thing, which is a Democratic or Republican thing. We need to do the red, white, and blue thing, which is the American thing. Now, a couple of days ago, our senator in the beautiful state of Maine came out publicly and said that millions of illegal immigrants could attempt to become legal residents as a result of this proposal. Not true. Not true. Only the young children that came to this country at an age to where the only thing they know is this country would qualify for this bill. And this is a bill that was added a couple of years ago from some Republican congressman that added some additions to the bill, the last bill that was tried to be passed, which states that uh, you you cannot try to get your mother and your father and your aunt and your cousin. This is for them. This is a law that allows them to find the American dream. And um, this bill, when it was presented this time, was I want to give you a little history as well. This bill was presented in 2 years ago, and a lot of senators said, "Well, we didn't pass the bill because there was some there was some propaganda and some attachments to it that we didn't like and we didn't want to pass." But oh, we stand for the Dream Act. We believe in the Dream Act. That's what Snow said in Collins. So if the dream was to be a standalone bill, we would support it. Well, guess what, Senator? It's a standalone bill. It's a bill that stands alone. And now they're coming up with comments of millions of illegal immigrants could attempt to become legal residents as a result of this proposal. According to some estimates, it is incumbent upon the Senate to ensure that the policies never again lead to a situation where we are confronted with upwards of 12 million illegal immigrants residing within the borders. Let me tell you something, Senator, and this is common sense. I'm sorry. This is really common sense. If you've got 20 million illegal immigrants, it's impossible to get them out. Okay, you've tried, and you have done a terrible job at doing it, at securing our borders. Um, we are working hard in South Texas and in all the other areas to make sure that and our country is doing a good job. They're doing their best. But I'll tell you one thing: wouldn't you rather have a major or not a majority, but a good number of those illegal immigrants here legally applying their skills and their taxpayer money to our economy and to our community? Or do you want to just keep them illegal and try to continue to just do what you've been doing, which is nothing? Nothing. We talk about issues, the problems with the immigration system, but then we don't do anything about it. And then when people in Arizona want to do something, it's totally off the ball game. And it hurts the community, it hurts the people, it hurts everybody that's in it. So common sense is this is a great bill. Even the Pentagon says it's a great bill. Support from some of the we also had I believe it was the got it here somewhere. CEO came out and said that 1.4 net income growth within the next 10 years. The Republicans are Republicans. And I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not taking sides. But you know what? Look at the votes and look at how many people are for this and how many people aren't. This is just turned into a political thing instead of the right thing to do. I know Senator Snowe has a history of voting bipartisan, and that's what I hear everywhere I go. But Senator Snowe, 2 years ago, you said you would support this bill as a standalone bill. It's a standalone bill with a lot more restrictions, and still you won't support it. I hope the Tea Party is not putting too much pressure, but it's politics, and you're running for election next year, so maybe it's a political strategy. The Democrats and the evangelical Christians and Catholics will remember this on election day. After Senator Snowe making this comment, he came out publicly condemning the bill that has over 70% of support in this great country. The bill that is the make it or break it for hundreds and thousands of young men and women across the country whom today are as American as you and I facing deportation. Children that grew up in a land of hope and dreams, in a land to them that they know nothing of other lands. This is their land. I cannot express how terrible this action makes me feel and thousands others in the state to know that we as a people that are from a country of immigrants and a state of immigrants. And let me just mention, Senator Snowe, your parents are immigrants. They came to this country as immigrants and gave you the opportunity to have the American dream. Please remember that. State of immigrants, a lot of French, a lot of our local leaders are actually descendants of immigrants, but yet our senators are opposing it. A constitution that we also live by that states that we are to protect those who cannot protect themselves. No one's protecting these children or these young adults, and we need to do something. I hope that the senators will take the time to read the bill and rethink their statements and decision. I know the voters of Maine will be paying attention to this bill. We will be paying attention to this bill. And it's very important for us to make sure that we do everything we can to educate the community. And how do we do that? I want you guys to go and Google the bill. I want you to read the bill. I want you to understand the bill, not through the eyes of a senator who's going to tell you, oh, well, this is what it is. Do your own research, understand the bill, and call your senator or congressman. And let them know that we don't need politics, we need action. And the right action is to pass this bill. I called Senator Snow's office and I called Senator Collins' office. And I get told, oh, the bill's dead. Staff members telling me the bill is dead. The bill is still standing. If they tell you this bill is dead, you let them know that it's important for them to get up there in D.C. and vote for the Bill Act, for the Dream Act. It's important. It's important. It's important for people like Carlos Roa, who walked with 15 different people from Miami, Florida, all the way to D.C. to find the American dream. This is our country. What are we doing trying to deny these children the opportunity to give back to their community? Doctors, we've got the doctors that cannot get a job in the U.S. because they're still here illegally. Young women like Gabby Pacheco, 25 years old, that came to this country at the age of 7 years old with 3 degrees and spends her days teaching music to autistic children. It's people like that that need your support. Understand what the DREAM Act is. Support the DREAM Act. Call your senator. Let them know that we need their support. I am still waiting for approval on some ideas for our national movement for LULAC and a couple of other organizations that are associated with LULAC. And hopefully we can get a response soon so that we can take a stand and stop. And we can pray, we can make phone calls, and that's good. But sometimes we need to do the Dream Act. We need to do the act. We need to do more. I want to thank you so much for taking the time and watching this video, and I hope that you respond, and that you energize your community and the people around you, and let them know how important this is. We have a weekend ahead of us, Saturday and Sunday. Most of you aren't working. A lot of you can do so much in your community. Gather a meeting, get together, do some stuff, and stand up for the Dream Act. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.